we're live. All right. So for those of you tuning in, this is the MWG Podcast. This is our first podcast, and we're just going to get started today by introducing myself and the two other hosts on the podcast, Mossta and Carl. And go ahead, guys. Introduce yourselves.
Oh, wait, I guess I'll go first. Yeah. All
Sure.
right. So, all right. So, what's up, guys? My name is Carl Linsau. My gamer tag is Westsidious. I've been gaming pretty much all my life. You know what I mean? And then, now that I'm 26, I like my objective now is I just want to help grow the scene. I still want to be involved in gaming. I love to talk about games, and I met Naj and Kaiser within the last like 2, 3. Oh, actually, I've known Naj for a while, and then they hit me up about MWG a while ago. Fully Charged got started at the mall, and here we are. You know what I mean? We got big things planned. This podcast being one of them. And now here we are trying to grow the scene together.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, indeed. Moss?
All right. So since we're giving out government names, no.
I don't know. I just seem like.
My name is Jonathan Moss. My handle gamer tag is Mossta. And yeah, I'm excited to, just talk about fighting games, talk about the community, try to build it up, really trying to help, develop a fighting game scene presence here in the Valley. I've been gaming for as long as I can remember, just like Carl. Yeah, I'm just super excited to get to talk to people that are around us that have the same passion for gaming and fighting games that we do. It's exciting to see what MWG and Fully Charged and Crossover are doing. So yeah, I'm just happy to be able to do this with you guys. And I've known Najee for a couple of years now, man. We play a bunch of different games together, card games, all that good stuff. And Carl, meeting you over the last year and a half, it's been super cool getting to know you. So yeah, dude, just excited.
All right. And then I'm Najee Abraham. I go by Whispering Tears. I guess I started MWG. I wanted to finally host a tournament, and Smash Ultimate came out, and it all just started lining up. And then we've just been trying to build up the scene as much as we can for the past 2 years almost. I mean, we hit a big speed bump with COVID, everything else coming out, the woodworks. We're not going to let that stop us. Jonathan and Wes approached me with the podcast idea. I said, why not? Let's get the voices in the Central Valley and the community, and let's get them heard, because everybody who comes to these tournaments has a story, and we want to help share those stories. So on this first podcast, I think we're just going to share our own stories and how we got started with gaming, what we're into, what type of games we play, and just get to know the community a little bit better, because I know I don't really have that much time when I'm running the tournaments to talk with everyone, and I try to. But I feel like sometimes you guys just only know me as the guy who's shouting, who's the next bracket match?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Naj. We know you love the community, and we would absolutely not be here without you and Kaiser. You know what I mean? You guys are pretty much all the behind the scenes. You guys do a lot of the dirty work, and we need guys like you, just like in general, like not just here, but scenes all around the country, all around the world, really. So none of this would be possible without you and Kaiser. So again, shout outs to you guys. And I'm sure a lot of the kids, a lot of the dudes, girls, pretty much anyone that comes down to this, to the tournament, I'm sure they're just as grateful, to be honest. Even if they don't know it, but they probably know it like defense. They're like, yo, Naj is doing some work. Naj is doing some work. All right, dude, let me focus on my
That
match.
fellas yelling is he's doing a great job.
Special shout out to Kaiser, man. Cause man,
Special shout out. I don't ever want to forget Kaiser.
Oh yeah, dude. Definitely want to echo what Wes is saying. You know, you guys are both doing a hell of a job. Everybody else working behind the scenes. Like, I was super impressed when, like, all of the graphics and stuff started coming together and the prizes and everything. Like, the work that's going into this, the love that's being shown, it's definitely appreciated and it's definitely noticed. So, you know, round of applause for both you guys and everybody else behind the scenes.
We got a certain mystery man that helps us out too. He likes to keep it quiet.
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm cool with that. Man. So, anyway, Nash. So introductions, yeah.
Yeah, introductions. So everybody knows our names now, but what about the games that we play and why we like those games?
The story that the story.
Yeah, story time, man.
Yeah, it is.
Story time's the best, man.
It really is. You got every gamer has a story. There's no way you don't, because you don't just. I feel like you don't just like pull up to. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but like it's just a lot of gamers get started for a reason. You know what I mean? So, and I think it's cool.
Everybody has an origin story, man.
Of course, yes. And we're highlighting it now. So, if you guys don't mind,
some FGC origin story time, guys.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, if you guys don't mind.
Son. FGC.
Do you guys mind if I start? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right, let's get it. All right. So let's start it. So yeah, again, I'm Westsidious. I grew up here actually I was born in like the Bay Area, but I didn't grow up there. I'm a Valley kid. I came here when I was like 8, 9. I was like 8 actually, yeah. So elementary school, middle school, high school, yeah. And I grew up here, and a pretty quiet place. Pretty quiet place. The Valley is, at least where we're from, and I've been grateful that I'm here. I couldn't even tell you. Maybe trivial negative experiences, but I couldn't even tell you like, yeah, this place is awful, this place sucks, or I've had this. Like, no, I had a good childhood, and I'm very lucky to have grown up where I grew up. So yeah, so anyway, I started playing fighting games back when, right now at West Valley Mall in Tracy. It used to be, it was Fun Factory before. So right now it's Tilt.
Fun Factory.
Classic, right? You must know that. You guys have the memories. Yeah, that's the memories right there. So,
Marvel 2?
Marvel. Oh man. So yeah, so back then it was Fun Factory, and so back then it was Akia. It was, I remember Felix was there. I feel like I saw Sam there, but like very, that was a long time ago. But definitely me and Austin there. Johnny was, I think I seen Johnny there, and then some of the employees too. Who was there?
Rex used to hook it up.
Rex, oh my god, I heard that.
Rex and Ben, man.
Rex and Ben. Honestly, we gotta
hook up the tokens.
I don't know where they're at right now, but those guys are definitely a huge part. I'm pretty sure they had no idea what they were doing. Like, I'm talking about no idea what they were doing, like, for me. For us, like, that's what I mean, like, not know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what they're doing for us, because like, Rex just hook it up all the time, and shout outs to him and Ben too. And like, I just wanted to play, you know what I mean? And I was there, and all I know is I just seen a bunch of these dudes just huddled around one cabinet, and we only had the one cabinet, and it was head to head, right? And this is like Street Fighter 4. It wasn't vanilla, it was super. And there was a huge crowd, and I was like, what the heck's happening? And I couldn't reach the pedals at Initial D. And I learned a huge scene for Initial D where we're from, and a lot of my friends, personal friends, even now, like, we'll still talk about the glory days, but I couldn't reach the pedals, so I couldn't drive, right?
I hell remember that.
Bro, it's a tragedy, you guys. Like, you remember that? Like, the scene?
Initial D used to be popping out here.
Yeah, it was, and I wish I could have been a part of it, but I couldn't. So it was a struggle. I'm only 5 foot. I'm putting on a record right now. First episode, I'm only 5 foot, so I can't reach the pedals. And I'm at the cabinet, like, what's happening? And I just see. I wish I could remember some of the earliest matches, but I watched the employees just play each other, and they were having a blast. I said, dude, I want in on this. You know what I mean? I think I put some tokens in. I probably played like I was too scared to play other people, so I play arcade mode. People would challenge me every now and then. I would lose because Ben and Rex were obviously playing in their downtime. And yeah, and I started playing Ryu. Had no idea what I was doing. I played Sagat. Again, no idea what I was doing. I was chucking fireballs, but it don't matter because I'll get bodied every time. Came home, went on YouTube, and I watched Daigo videos, right? And that's when I first got exposed to the Street Fighter 4 scene, MWG in general. So that's like 2010. Yeah, 2010, 2009. I was a junior in high school at the time. And one of the first matches I remember vividly is Daigo versus Arturo Sanchez at Seasons of Beatings. And what I saw was Arturo doing Stand Fierce with Dalsim at one end of the screen, and on the other side of the screen, complete opposite side of the screen, Daigo is there. He does Crouch Fierce because he knows it's coming, and it hits him, and he cancels the super. And I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It was crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it was
less than a run.
What's up?
Oh, we got Johnny joining us right now.
Oh, Johnny.
He's
hey.
listening in. Yeah, he's just listening in for now.
Okay. So, yeah, and I saw that, and I was like, yo, Street Fighter is actually ridiculous. This guy, yeah, I love it. And I went there, and one of the first things I learned was low forward fireball. Learn how to low forward fireball with Ryu. And I went there, and I was doing it, and I was getting so much mileage out of that. That was classic. Low forward fireball. A fighting game classic. I was still losing. But I was having fun. I came home. I met Austin. Austin's one of my closest friends.
Young Austin.
Young Austin. You guys
Young Austin.
always shout out to. We'll have him here eventually. But young Austin, I met him. He's one of my closest friends even today. You know what I mean? He and I both grew up beating each other up in fighting games, and we were both new at the same time. So we were both bad, and then we both got good at the same time. Yeah. So yeah, he also played Ryu. Everyone would bust on him too for being trash, and it was just a fun time, man. And then the rest is history. Honestly, I went home. Super Street Fighter was only $20, $30. Sorry, $30 at the time because Chalice to Capcom. I think it's because they pretty much re-released Street Fighter 4 at that point. Saved my lunch money to buy that. Rest is history, man. That's how I got started. Personal interests. I have other interests outside of games. I love working out. I love basketball. I love I want to take up other things. There's so many things I want to. Now that I'm older, I want to cook. I want to do housework. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. So
wait a minute. You want to do housework?
Naj, you know what, bro? I honestly,
and like, as you're older, Home Depot becomes your favorite store.
Yeah, like cleaning is okay. I'm down with cleaning, but I'm talking about like just projects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean like the projects. Oh man.
Yeah, like
man.
do trust me? Like I want to do that. So
You just play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm gonna do it IRL. Yeah.
Hey, so
what's up?
Like, just sticking with the Street Fighter real quick. Like, so who do you main in Street Fighter? Oh, Street Fighter 4. Who is your final main?
My final main?
Yeah.
Oh man, Street Fighter 4. It's my final main. Oh man, I had so many mains in Street Fighter 4. You don't understand. So like I couldn't really find a main at first. Like I played Ryu, I tried Cody, I tried all those guys. I tried a bunch of characters and none of them really stuck. And the first main I ever had, I think, was Fei Long. First main I ever had was Fei Long. Now a lot of people know that. I think Austin. I don't even know if Austin knows that, but my first main is Fei Long because Fei Long is so boring. I don't care what anyone says. He's boring, but, dude. He is.
No, man, Rick is.
Literally, all you do with Fei Long is just you do crouch fierce sometimes at mid range. You do crouch strong sometimes, and that's it. And then if you're close enough, you just randomly press jab, and if the jab hits,
Jab
Rekka. And it was the easiest thing. And also, I think the reason why I started the main Fei Long is because in trial mode, there was this trial. It was crouching short. I'll never forget it too. Crouching short, standing jab, crouching jab, Rekka, yeah. And I couldn't do it for the life of me. And then after a couple hours, I realized that there's a rhythm you're supposed to do it at. Like there's a certain timing. And you guys know how amazing fighting game tutorials are, so it obviously didn't tell me that. So I had to figure it out on my own. I was like, oh my God, I finally did it. And I was so excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, yo, this is my main, free. Right? So I played, so online I played Fei Long. I had my fair share of raging, fair share of wins, but yeah. And then I just but I wasn't. I was having fun, but it wasn't. It didn't feel like. It just didn't feel. Something was missing, you know. And I watched. And then I found Aqua Silk. Um, I started watching him on Twitch because it's just his personality was so it was just so out there, so flashy, and he was just so exciting to watch. And he played Geef, right? And he'd always troll people by doing SPD just from mid screen. It would work because they press low forward, or you know, he did the snackish special where if you're in the corner with Geef, you'd hold focus attack, you'd cancel out of it, they jump, Ultra 2, right? Right. And then when he did that, right, the classic. And when he did that, it was so funny to me. And then I went to my buddy of mine's, went to his house. I played online. I was like, "Yo, check out this new tech, dude. I learned Aqua Suck. Check me out." And initially I was just trolling. Not a lot of people know that, but I think Austin knows that. But I was just trolling, right? I would be like, "Yo, check out the snackish. I'll do it real quick." Like I see Aqua Suck, focus attack, dash, Ultra 2. Always worked at low rank. At low rank. All right, I'm gonna put that out there. It was at low rank. It was working, but it was funny to do. And eventually, it actually just became my main because I played him so much. You know, I entered a couple of local tournaments. I beat a couple people here and there. I lost a lot, but I had fun, man. That was my main in Street Fighter 4. Oh man, good days, dude.
Yeah, didn't like getting my lens ripped, but you know, and buy some medium kicks. Just
And it gets grabbed. It got grabbed. Classic. Oh man. But yeah, and then from then on I played other fighting games. I played Marvel 3. I wasn't that good, but I played Marvel 3. I played let's see, what else did I play? I played Mortal Kombat 11. No, not 11. Oh my god. No, 9. I meant 9. 11's the one now. So I played Mortal Kombat 9 back in the day. I've played eventually I played Street Fighter 5, and I played Tekken. And I've tried other random fighting games too. I played Eunice. I've tried what else have I tried? Battle for the Grid, the Power Rangers game. Street Fighter 2. That was my first fighting game. I played Street Fighter 2. I wasn't serious about Street Fighter 2. I was just a casual, but it is definitely my first because, you know, Super Nintendo. Yeah, so it's kind of, fighting games has kind of just been around for a long time, you know, and it's not going away anytime soon. So yeah, that's my history with fighting games.
Nice. So Moss, do you want to give your history real quick?
Yeah, let me jump in this. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you know, I've been playing video games since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I vividly remember getting our first Sega Genesis. So I grew up with the Genesis, not a Super Nintendo like everybody else.
Oh man, that's old school.
So you know, Genesis was my console growing up until you know, we got a Sega Saturn, but that broke and didn't really have like a lot of games for it because it was a Sega Saturn. So you know, I've had a PlayStation. I've had all the PlayStations basically since PS1. Yeah, so it's just been gaming forever. Like playing, I think. So two of the first games we got for our Genesis were Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition and Mortal Kombat 1. So I've been playing fighting games since forever. You know, me and my siblings used to play Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat all the time. Like we had Mortal Kombat 2, 3, Ultimate 3. We had all of them basically that were available on Genesis. Same thing with Super Street Fighter 2. So yeah, we've just been fighting games have been around my life for like ever. You know, growing up, played a lot of Super Smash Bros. Melee. That was like our go-to game from probably like middle school all the way till probably like my freshman year of college because Brawl came out that year.
Oh man.
So yeah, like we would play that like week in, week out.
What did you main back then?
So back when I could actually play, Falco was like my main.
Oh, the bird.
Yeah, I could actually combo back then. Now, not so much. Like I was actually like decent enough to like use almost all of the characters in like a way that was like competent. I couldn't use like ice climbers and stuff. Like the characters that were actually like needed like special tech to use correctly. Yeah, wasn't using them. Played a lot of Marvel 2. And a lot of Street Fighter 4. Like Street Fighter 4 was when Street Fighter 4 and Brawl were like where like my friends competitive. I started playing more competitively. Like we really tried to take Street Fighter 4, seriously. We took Brawl really seriously for like the first year. We were going to a lot of locals, so whenever Sam's on here, we'll probably talk about that. We did a lot of locals in Stockton. Went to a couple like majors in Sacramento. Forgot which major it was, but there was one in I can't think of the name of the city, but it was like a 200 plus entrant tournament, and Sam got like top 64, I want to say. So like we were taking Brawl pretty seriously. Street Fighter 4, like, so when Street Fighter 4 dropped, I was in college, and we got the arcade cabinet hell early at San Jose State.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
Must be nice.
We were playing a lot of that. Like, even when it dropped, it was $1. The lines were still ridiculous. Like, Street Fighter 4 was super hype.
Oh, you guys are paying $1 down? That's crazy.
People were paying $1 to play Street Fighter 4.
That's a McChicken. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is like 2008, so like $1 was actually like it still had some value. And yeah, so we were playing a lot of Street Fighter 4. I remember when the consoles came, or when it finally came to consoles, we were all buying our arcade sticks. So like we spent like a good amount of money on sticks, all that. So it was just a lot of fun. Just growing up, fighting games in general. I've met a lot of my friends through video games in general and fighting games specifically. So like a lot of my really close friends have come through gaming in general. So yeah.
Gaming's a hub, dude. I mean, it's done so much for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Like
it's a way of life.
It is.
Yeah.
Like my two closest friends from like elementary school were because of video games, basically. So
everyone's got a story, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hey, so Moss, so who'd you main in? So who'd you main in Brawl and Street Fighter 4?
So Brawl took a little bit of soul searching.
I know that feel.
There's too many issues with the characters I wanted to play. Like Luigi got chain grab too easy, Wario got chain grab too easy, but he was actually still really good. But I think I ended up like staking with Donkey Kong.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, dude. He has all the spikes.
he been having it, dude.
Actually. But yeah, so that was my main for Brawl. I tried to play Luigi as well, but yeah, didn't work out. I think I ended up sticking with Wario and Donkey Kong. Street Fighter 4, I've always been a Bison main. I tried to main Cammy at first, but I wasn't feeling it. Bison, for some reason, I just gravitated towards. The high kick was always fun.
You talking about standing roundhouse?
Yes.
That's not fun. Literally nothing about that move is fun. Like it's just I just get hit.
No, you grabbed me. It's okay. You just grab limbs.
We don't talk about that.
And then Melee, even though so Melee, Taco was my like original main.
Right.
But now I like mostly play Luigi. It's the other fight. My hands aren't fast enough to play Taco anymore.
Hey man.
Competently anyway. Yeah.
It's fun. It happens, man. Comes with the age and also the time too. You know what I mean? Like just not having time in general. But it happens.
Like trying to play like, well, for me anyway, going from like Melee to Ultimate or like Brawl to Melee, it's just like it messed up my timing for everything.
Oh, it's night and day. Absolutely, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, I mean, now you got wisdom instead of.
wait, that's what they all say when you get older. You know the young man reflexes. You trade it in for the wisdom, but
That is true though.
We don't react anymore. We just know it's coming.
Yeah, like I've gotten like a little bit riskier in some of my melee play. Like I'll go out and edge guard more so than I would before, since I can't like I don't have the same controls I did before. So now I actually have to like go out and try to like kill people. So like with Luigi, his forward air is really good.
Right.
So like it's a really good like edge guarding tool for him in melee at least. Sucks in brawl, but
You know, but people talk about that a lot, just getting older and the young man reaction and everything. You know, at this stage of my life, I feel like this is probably the best I've ever been in fighting games. Like usually a lot of people will say it like it kind of, they'll say the opposite, and I totally get that, right? But for me, I feel like my decision making has improved because I don't think my decision making is very good. Like back in the day, I really wasn't. I'm a lot smarter now. As for my reactions, I always talk a big game. I always do that no matter what. But I don't really feel like it's been like anything special, anything like significant. It's decent, in my opinion, compared to other people. But I feel like my strength is probably reading my opponent, and because I've just developed more of a game sense the older I got, I kind of get a feel for just anticipating things, So rather than just reacting to it, but that's just me. A lot of people are different, so
yeah, I get that. Like, as we get older, our thinking is going to change, and
Oh yeah,
that can like translate into how you play, which I think helps compensate for your what's the word I'm looking for? Like your control, I guess.
right. So yeah, Nash, what about you, man?
All right. Well, like you guys, I grew up in Tracy. I think I moved there 2001 or 2000. I just remember it was like right after Y2K and everybody was supposed to be done and dead.
Y2K.
Yeah, but I didn't get started with fighting games until I was in senior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started off with like PC games like RTSs, Maple Story, Dota, and then
Classic. Classics.
And then one day I went to my friend Chris's house, and he had Third Strike, and he just wrecked me in that game. He didn't tell me I had to block low. He just comboed me for free. I think I got 1 round out of 10. And I'm not talking about like the match, just 1 round. But after that, I was hooked. So, I mean, I started with Third Strike, but it was in college. Street Fighter 4 came out, and I didn't have the PS3 at the time, but my roommate did. So I went out, got Street Fighter 4, and would grind it online when he wasn't playing.
Right.
Man. But yeah, then with 4, I was always into Smash. I never played Melee.
Right.
When it was competitive, I didn't get it till like, I don't know, 2010, 2011. But like at that point, I was like, there's no way I'm catching up with everybody. I'll just play for fun. But I've always been big on Smash just because with me, I like fighting games, but my execution and my inputs are always...
That's what I was looking for the longest time.
Yeah. My execution is kind of weak. So that's why I like Smash games. It's a little more forgiving on like combo. But I'm lost in my thought. But yeah, so I started with Street Fighter 4. I was like serious fighting games. That's when Marvel 3 came out. Street Fighter 4.
Marvel, baby.
Marvel.
Yeah. Adon was my main in Street Fighter 4. I just love Jaguar kicks, Jaguar everything.
Classic, dude. I'll never forget it. I remember that.
It was just one move he had to do, standing roundhouse. That was my gameplay.
Oh my god, it hit you. That shit. It hit you like what, 2-3 times?
Yeah, across the stage.
Classic.
Yeah, so from there I kind of branched off because we had an arcade at our school too. and they had more of the like Japanese fighting games like BlazBlue and KOF 13, and I love watching the dudes play because they'd be pulling off some crazy combos.
Oh yeah,
So,
dude.
and then from there, I've taken like a sideline on competing, but I always enjoy playing any type of fighting game from Street Fighter 4 all the way to like Unist or something. That's the latest one I picked up. And, I never actually compete, but I don't mind watching people play and playing with people. The first time I started actually, getting better was I would play with Moss and his friends. And dude, they taught me the hard way, but I learned.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Trial by fire, man. How do you think I can learn? You grew up with us.
Yeah, but other than fighting games, I'm really into card games. Like that's the one I'm competitive.
We know, Nash.
You don't want to see me in Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Hearthstone, name them. I got an account. Play.
You're a Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh is too advanced now.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is too advanced. Like
OTKs.
Everything's OTK.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what is okay? Hold on. I don't play card games. So what is OTK?
One turn kill. You lose in one turn.
Oh man, that's how that. Can you imagine, dude? That reminds me of 20XX and Melee. You remember Hax was talking about how like everyone would play Fox. This is gonna be optimal, and like you're just gonna die once you get hit once. Yo, that's card games. It's come to that point. Dude. Yeah, it's come to that point where like your deck revolves around a certain meta game plan, and boom, OTK.
Yeah,
I can see
that.
that.
People always talking about my turn in fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like when you play Marvel 3, you don't get a turn sometimes. Yeah, that's card games now.
Oh man, dude, you don't escape it.
There's no way out. That's why I like.
There's no escape.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on, Nash. That's why you like what? I'm curious.
Oh yeah, that's why I like Magic right now the most because the metas is really even. There's a couple busted decks right now, but they nerfed them. And so you can get away with doing anything. It's kind of like how Street Fighter 4, you could main anyone and you get results.
Until you got the last one, Ultra, and you just play Elena?
Well, right before Ultra.
But that's good to hear, though. That's good to hear. But yeah, that's good. You know what I mean? If Magic the Gathering is, in your opinion, it's like that. It's always good to hear, man. When you just see just different play styles, who doesn't like that? So that's good.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to get some more card game insight later on.
Oh yeah, I'm curious. I have so many questions. You don't understand. Like card games is like I was at work a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to this guy who it's crazy because this dude's like 36. And he doesn't look 36 at all, right? And I was just talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I'm into so many things. I was like, dude, I love Magic the Gathering. And I was like, oh, snap, that's crazy. Like, there's a scene out here at Play Live, and he's like, oh, that's wild, or whatever. I think he mentioned something about his sister being involved, too, but that's a story for another time. But, yeah, and he was saying, and card games they're bigger, just bigger than I thought, and I'm definitely going to have a lot of questions, Naj.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of similarities, too, like the ideas of like tempo and good matchups and all that stuff. It translates back and forth. So, I mean, if you're good at fighting games, you can be good at card games just the same.
Oh, man, I believe it. All right. So, man, we got 5 minutes left. Like, how are we looking on time right now, Naj? Like, we still
it's looking slim. So I think we should just start wrapping it up.
All right. That's cool. That's cool with me. So personal top 5 games for me. Man, actually I have the list, dude. I'm in there with the time. Check me out.
All right.
So check me out. So number 5 for me is Street Fighter 4. I started I have one fighting game in there, and it's that, and that's pretty much what started it all. So I actually just love all fighting games, but Street Fighter 4 was when I got it started for me. Number 4 is GTA San Andreas. Number 3 is Zelda Ocarina of Time. Number 2 is Paper Mario. And number one, my favorite game of all time is Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic Classic.
Oh,
And
Coach, I never got to play that game.
you have to. I don't care how old it is. You need to play it because it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. Like if you can, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my list, all four of those games have a wonderful story, and I love stories so much. And Knights of the Republic, same thing, and it's on mobile too. No excuse to not play it. Every
It's not.
platform. Yeah. So yeah, that's my list.
All
John?
right. Okay, so for me, I'll go bottom, or yeah. So number 5, I'd say is God of War, the original one for PS2. Next would be I'll go with Pokemon Red or Blue, but I had Red, so let's just say Red. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Melee, and my number 1 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with Sonic and Knuckles. It has to be attached. Sonic 3
And
by itself
Knuckles.
isn't the same. Yeah, you have to have the complete game.
All right. Well, I guess for me, top 5 bottom up would be Age of Empires. It was the first like PC game I ever played. Oh man, I borrowed it from my friend and just took off on RTSs. Final Fantasy X. That was like the first Final Fantasy I beat. One of my favorite RPGs. Number 3 would be Paper Mario. It was a perfect game.
You don't need to tell me.
Yeah,
Which one? The first one or the second one?
the first one.
Okay. Because the Thousand Year Door's one too.
Yeah, you're right.
And then number 2 and number 1 are kind of tied, but I'll say number 2 is Dota. That was my game. But number 1 will be Pokemon, just because it was the first game I got. I played almost every generation. It's
Classic.
Well, you got to be specific, man. Which generation is your favorite?
all right. So I skipped Black and White because all the Black and White got leaked on like Smogan and all that in Showdown. So I was like, I'm not playing this game. I already got it for free.
Yo, Black and White though. That's when we were playing the card game.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a great list, man. I'm glad we gotta talk more about that Paper Mario thing because that game is perfect. I don't care. Don't at me either. That game is perfect.
Hey, Paper Mario is fun.
Whoa,
So you guys excited for
Origami?
my bad. Real quick though, you guys excited for the Switch one?
Yeah.
We'll see. I gotta see it first because I'm such a purist when it comes to that game. We'll see. I'm
I heard
excited.
They're taking it back to the roots, so it should be fun.
They better
I'm
be
looking
right.
forward to it.
Yeah. Hey, anyway, so so I guess that's we got about minute 59. Wrapping it up.
All right. So let's wrap it up here. Thank you for joining in on our first podcast. This was just the initial one where we introduce ourselves, get a little idea of who the hosts are and what we'll be talking about. Our next podcast will be on Tuesday. I don't know when we're going to release them, but we're going to record them Tuesdays, release them within like the next 2 or 3 days. Make sure you tune in. We're going to start having members of the community, people who go to the tournaments coming in. We're going to have our friends coming on. If you have any topics you want us to cover or any games you want to suggest or anything like that, feel free to hit us up on our socials. That's MWG on Twitter. We'll get all that stuff out there too.
Let's see that in the next one.
Yeah, in the next one. So this is Tears signing out, and
Is Mossta signing off?
And the Westsidious signing out. It's your boys.
all right, later.
Later.